Hey there, today I wanted to share with you some of the Robert Kiyosaki quotes that I found really inspirational. I hope you get a lot out of them too. I was fortunate enough to be able to meet Robert at a seminar that we did with the Amazing Selling Machine, and it was really a great honor to meet him and have a picture taken with him. Also to have him speak at our event, and we learned a lot there. So anyway, I've got some quotes pulled up over here, and I just want to share my thoughts with you on those. In the real world, the smartest people are people who make mistakes and learn. In school, the smartest people don't make mistakes. I remember hearing Robert talk about this and how that in school, if you make a mistake, you're penalized. And so a lot of times that causes analysis paralysis. We want to procrastinate because we're afraid we won't come up with the right answer. And yet the people that succeed most often in business and in any other endeavor are people that just jump in and take a chance. We were taught that in this legendary marketer course that I'm taking. It's a free 30-day course, and it's called a boot camp. But anyway, we were taught just to jump in and do things, and that's why I've been doing a lot of videos, because before I always wanted to make everything perfect. It never turned out perfect anyway, but then I would just remake and remake and remake the video, trying to get everything to come out exactly the way I thought it should. And instead, we were taught to just jump in and do things, and that goes right along with what Robert teaches, that you need to get in. You got to get in action. If you're not in action, then you're in action. Anyway, another thing he says, it's not what you say out of your mouth that determines your life. It's what you whisper to yourself that has the most power. And don't we find that most often we're saying things to other people that we really don't believe when we're talking to ourselves? We come up with all kinds of criticisms of ourselves and self-doubt. And those types of things also lead back to that first saying of inaction. We don't want to take any action because we don't believe we're good enough, or we've made mistakes in the past and we're afraid we'll make those mistakes again. Basically, the self-talk is just reassuring yourself that you can do something. I believe that we need God's help to do anything worthwhile, but beside the fact, we still need to make the choice to do it. Another saying he has is, it's more important to grow your income than to cut your expenses. It's more important to grow your spirit than to cut your dreams. Many times, even in a recent job that I was doing with a program called Millionaire Maker, and they talk about how that people want to first thing is pay off credit cards, and the opposite is true. You need to save what little money you have and invest that in yourself to start some type of business, or create some type of income generation, so that you got income coming in. Then at a point after that income grows, you'll be able to pay those credit cards, or any kind of debt. You'll be able to pay it off much quicker and much more easily because you have the income to do it. If you use all your money up to just pay off debt, then you're stuck. You're not able to do anything. You can't come up with a new business plan, or try to make money in any way that requires any kind of an investment, because you've spent all your money and depleted your capital. So anyway, I find that to be very interesting, that you don't pay off debt. Most of us would run, the first thing we get some money, we want to pay off debt, pay down credit cards, get rid of those things. But then we've got to use those credit cards again to do anything worthwhile. So it just becomes like a vicious circle. Anyway, let's go to the next one. The most successful people in life are the ones who ask questions. They're always learning, they're always growing, they're always pushing. And that's what you find, don't you, most of the time? When somebody is selling you something, they take off and they just start talking 100 miles an hour, and they're trying to tell you all the different reasons you should buy this thing, and all the benefits of it, everything whiz bang and all that. And the whole time you're sitting there, and maybe you've only got one question and you're ready to buy if they would answer this one question, but they never did ask you. So it's really important for us to ask questions, because the person that's asking the most questions is the person that's in control of the conversation. Think about it. If I ask you a question and you answer me, then I can ask you another question, you answer that one. I'm leading the conversation. And so you can do the same thing. If you're asking questions, then the person you're speaking with is going to be answering the questions that you're asking, which means that you can lead them in the direction that you wanted them to go originally. That's a great way to teach people. Okay, I'll go to one last one here. Don't be addicted to money. Work to learn. Don't work for money. Work for knowledge. And I think we all know that knowledge is power. Actually, knowledge isn't power, it's the knowledge we use that is power. And so if we're spending all of our time just searching for money, that money isn't really going to do us any good. It's long term, the knowledge that we gain through the things that we do that actually end up being the things that are worthwhile in our life. Anyway, those are some things I've learned from Robert Kiyosaki, and I think I learned a lot more from him, but those are the main things that I wanted to pass along to you today. So I hope you had a great time like I did. If you want to hear more, if you want to see more videos, if this is on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel down below. If you're seeing it on an article or some other medium, just look for a place. There should be a link to get some more information or just to get a hold of me and chat. Let's talk about your future and my future and what we're thinking about, what our dreams are. Okay? All right, it's been nice chatting with you. I'm going to try to use my little automatic shutter offer here to shut the video off. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We'll see.